I'm sure many of you also remember him very well for politics. He was former press secretary to President Agyepong. He's an engineer, and most importantly, he's a Kwabena boy. Kwabena Agyei Agyepong is my very special guest. Engineer Agyepong, good evening and welcome to Sporty.
It's a pleasure, Fiifi.
Yes.
Such a long time.
Good to see you.
I haven't seen you for a bit.
Yes. It's been a minute. It's really been a minute.
I'm really excited about this station.
Yeah.
It just goes to show what we missed as young people.
Exactly. Exactly. But
if we had all these consoles with real-time reporting, the downside is that there's too much coverage of foreign sports.
True.
To the detriment of our local sports.
True.
So I think you guys should find a way of balancing. Now, I feel a sense of responsibility, or maybe a sense of guilt, because it was during my time at Sports Highlights that I introduced the international segment.
Yes.
And then now it appears that when you listen to the sports networks, all I hear is English football, La Liga, all that, and nothing.
Is it not also because at the time, I mean, you were hosting Sports Highlights, our league was something to really cherish and write home about?
That is a fact. That is a fact. I mean, our league has taken a big hit. And again, it's also because of the explosion of the world. There's now a global village. And there was no DSTV in our time.
Yeah.
There's no internet and all that. So trying to cobble together even the international news was something that I was famed for. Now you have it at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Which imposes a bigger responsibility on you guys.
Yeah, true.
You are running the shows to be able to ventilate a little bit of what we do locally, make it more attractive. And then I think the FA as well. I've always blamed the FA. There's too much emphasis on Black Stars. The bread and butter, which is our league, has been left to rot.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Asante Kotoko can play a game in Accra, Africa Cup, and I never heard it.
Ooh.
I did not even know. And when I was told, my countenance dropped. Because, in those days, I quite remember as a young 1971, listening to the radio commentary from Yaoundé, Kotoko playing Canon Club in the African finals. In those days, the CAF was also so unfair. We had won 3-0 here. They had won 2-0. And they said, no, they will not use aggregate scores. They have to play another game. So the following Tuesday, Kotoko playing Canon of Yaoundé on a virtually grassless pitch. We scored from a corner. They said it was offside. And, our players got furious. I don't even recall, I think, whether the match ended at all. So the cup was given to Cannon. So between 69 and 73, Kotoko were always at the top of our game.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy that we can't even make it to what you guys refer to as the money zone now. And this summer, when I was watching during the Club World Cup, I was seeing teams like Mamelodi Sundowns, Esperance, teams that were never known even in Africa, participating against the best. I didn't see my Asante Kotoko or Accra Hazuvok, Ismaili of Egypt. These were the big teams. But a few of them are still stuck around.
Yeah.
I still see young Africans of Tanzania.
Yeah. Al
Ahly. And then they've changed the name of Engelbert. FC Engelbert.
To TP
Mazembe. So we have to do something deliberate about rebuilding the local game, the local sports.
I'll come back to the local game. It's a major conversation we'll have, and then I also come to some of the politics, of that, obviously, because but for your face, we all know you football.
That's right.
Everybody knows. I know you are a Pele. You're a Maradona.
I'm a Maradona.
Yeah, a Maradona. I remember I had an argument. We had a debate on TV.
That's right.
You and Moses. Moses is Pele, and you are Diego Maradona. So, but in your era, let's go back a little bit, because some of those nostalgic moments are great. In your era, if you were going to the stadium, what was the first thing on your mind to look out for?
Well, look, I mean, you're thinking about even the players you're going to see. You know, in those days, the local players. I mean, if it's 79, you think about Nketia Yosin. If it is much earlier in 71, you know, Oliver Aqua, Joe Gatti, you know, even Akutes had Amankwa, Eric Amankwa, who was superb, Lumo Michel. And there were great players across, you know, and there was this strong bond between the communities and football, which somehow the overemphasis on commercialization of the game and then the individual interests have really messed it up. Once upon a time, every region had 2 clubs. So in Volta region, Ho Sunset, Ho Mighty Eagles. If you come to Greater Accra, it is Accra House of Folk for the Gamashi area, Olympics for when you head towards Nungwa, Labadi, those areas. If you go to Cape Coast, Dwarfs for the indigenous Fantis. And then Vipers for those who have come to settle, like Kujualata, Openi Kujualata, and those guys, you know. You go to Secondary, the same thing. The Hunters, Leavenwise. And those who have come to the harbour to work, the Mr. Natis and the businessmen, you know, Hazakes. Even in Swedro, Fankuba and All Blacks. You go to Kumasi, Santi Kotoko for the indigenous Ashantis, and then all the migrants. So if you look at Cornerstone, if you look at their lineup, you are going to see Haruna Yusuf from the north. You're going to see Adamu Danjuma from the north. You're going to see Tete Goleku from Volta. You're seeing Akwete Ama from Accra, Greater Accra, and Ben Epson and the Fantis. It was nice. And then you see one droplet like Gordon Prempe, you know, who was their striker who moved to Kotoko later on. So, I mean, this BA United is the same thing. But for Aquatano.
And BA United,
the Tano River and BA United. You know, it was all for the whole region. You go to northern region at the time, you had real Republicans. In fact, before they came, you have Bewa United. Of course, we all know about the Crown. Bewa United. And then Savannah Stars, that's the Savannah area. Then they consolidated into Real Tamale United. It's only the upper region, which was not traditionally strong. But a lot of Kotoko's players were coming from Malik Jaber or from Wa.
Exactly.
And Osmano, Orlando. And, you know, so there was this strong link. You know, and the communities, I mean, when you're at church on Sundays, I would say it is very unchristian-like for us, but you are itching to get out and go to the stadium when the church goes beyond 12, 1. You are thinking about the league match at 3 o'clock. You know, so it's, and the players, every team had solid players, you know, who had talent, the love for the game. It was an amateur game in those days. It wasn't professional like we have it these days. So people were playing for the love of it. You know, so those are the things. You go to the stadium, you're going to look out for Robert Hammond or Mama Aqua or Nan Seydu. Or, I mean, my favorite player, although I'm a Kotoko person, is Hesse Odampton. I watched him all season. I never saw him lose a tackle. He was spectacular at left back. You know, so it's sometimes nostalgic when you want to go back. But you look at the current league, I've watched a few matches. The standard is not that bad. Let's be honest. There's something wrong with our marketing of the product. Because I've seen some of our players. I mean, be honest, I think that those guys who come from outside are not that much better. They may have a little exposure. But skill-wise, talent-wise, I've seen some very good matches locally here, you know, in the league. And so something that we haven't done well as a country is the facilities. You look at these wonderful stadia across the world. Stadiums now have become, it's like a family, you know.
Multi-purpose.
It's fantastic. It's everything. You know, in Ghana, we don't keep records. So if you go to the Accra Stadium, you're not likely to see pictures of a griffin or, you know, there's no museum. These are things that we should, because it's historic. And it gives people a connection with the past and defines our future. You know, so that's where I feel a bit pained that the traditional link that used to exist between football, the people, and the government, the government is holding trust for the people because the people's money that we use to sponsor sports. It cannot be that football can set itself like an island and nobody should have a say in it and that they control themselves.
Yeah.
I think that has been bad for us. I've been campaigning and canvassing for a return to what used to work for us.
Yeah.
You know, in the 90s, you know, the president through the minister will nominate 2 people and then they'll bring him to Congress and then we'll decide who the FA chairman is. And it worked.
Sporty FM, the voice of
sports. And the FA chairman knew he had to look over his shoulder.
Yeah.
He was not all powerful, you know, not reporting to
now
everybody.
it's more football people deciding on what they want to do.
I don't know who these football people are and why they
club owners.
The fact of the matter, it is Ghana Football Association. It's for all of us, Ghana. And every 4 years, we elect somebody to run the country. We invest our authority, and I think that if that person appoints the IGP, appoints the CDS, sometimes the Chief Justice, even sometimes has to confirm the Electoral Commission, the chair, why not the FA chairman? I think, for me, I mean, I remember in 2006 when I was press secretary to the president and the issue came, and I was trying to impress on those who were making it impossible for things to work. And I told them, this trap you are setting, you'd
pay for it
one day. And this is where we are. So it's a very difficult situation. If I ever happen to be lucky enough for my party to nominate me and Ghanaians to bless me, and I'm president, I'm going to call all those football people and bring all the older ones and sit together and say, look, we had a system that used to work.
Yeah.
We had a system that used to work. Let's keep to it. We engineers say when it's not broken,
don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
Okay. If you just joined us, I'm having a chat with Engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyepong. He's my very special guest in the studio. Let me just take a little short break. This is just the introduction of the program, and we'll come back and have some deep insights, because don't forget, he's talking about being president as well. So it's something we'll also look at when we come back after this break. guest in the studio, engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyepong, and he's also an aspirant, NPP Presidential Aspirant. And we're talking a lot of things. We're talking a lot of things, a lot of conversations going on. Everybody knows him for the football reasons, and things like that. But, in December, 24 countries in Africa will line up without Ghana at AFCON. Does it surprise you?
It was. I mean, I'm happy that we've corrected that anomaly because it's likely we'll be at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Which for me is the bigger stage, the more serious competition. But there's still no excuse for not being part of Africa. I mean, we were the pioneers of football on the African continent. So if you go back to the history, to tell you that Ghana Black Stars, and I was a young student in 1978 when we won it for keeps in Accra. And
do you think you got not 2-0?
2-0 to Fukwefri, 2 goals, and Razak being the player of the tournament, So, because Ghanaians, and in fact the whole world, in Africa, they everywhere you go, and you mention Ghana football, so we are expected to be the gold standard. So anytime we drop below that, and I was surprised that teams that we had never heard of, Comoros,
Niger,
Cape Verde, and Niger. I quite remember Benin, they used to be called Dahomey.
Yeah.
And I think the Black Stars beat them, 7-0 in Port Novo, in those days. So, but I think that was a shocker, especially now that it's an expanded version. So you expect us to be constantly featured in the flagship tournament for the African continent. So it will be very painful for us to watch in January when the Black Stars.
It's actually December.
It's December now. Okay, yeah. So, but I think we can console ourselves that we are going to be in the World Cup, which is in June, July, thereabouts. The important thing is to focus on our game.
Yeah.
And we used to call ourselves we were the agro-mates. Ghanaian football was fanciful stuff, skillful stuff. But because of the majority of players playing in Europe now, I watch the games and they're playing like they're in the English league. Square passes across the back, very little penetration. I mean, have skillful players who take defenders on, create chances. So you go back to the golden days of Adolf Arma and the way Albert Asase, the way they control a game and push it. And now, I think it's the European game. It's become very defensive, very defensive. Sometimes I watch some of the games and I can't believe myself. And the amount of mistakes people are making getting the balls back to the goalkeepers, but they still never land. And now I think it must be Guardiola who has really pushed the limits.
Because now they are looking for a ball-playing goalkeeper.
I cannot understand.
Yes.
For the life of me, why the goalkeeper doesn't need to play a ball. So he needs to be a good shot stopper. Of course, I mean, when you have to use your feet, you've got to be smart about it, but that should not be the major consideration. I was surprised he went for Donnarumma, but everybody knows Donnarumma is so good that even if he has a little deficiency with the feet, that should cover. But things have changed. Now, in those days, when the goalkeeper puts the ball there, Hazard had this big goalkeeper, Lante Duru. And he would just, and then he would hit the ball right up, So, but now almost every team tries to play from the back, and pass their way around. If you're as good as Barcelona in those days, or the Manchester United City team of maybe 3-4 years ago, I've seen too many teams get cropped trying to play from the back. I mean, it's nice to play from the back, but when it's you lose the ball, likely to concede a goal.
Because it's very close to your goalpost. Yes,
very close to your goalpost. And I think that we should play the way we play. And again, football has changed so much. And I remember in 1984, in Ghana, we went to the Côte d'Ivoire to defend our cup. They called it the Bouaké debacle.
The Bouaké debacle.
debacle.
With left-footed players.
And I remember Coach Afrani was pilloried in this country for fielding Kofi Abre, Kofi Bedu, and all those on the right. And now every team does that. They call it inverted wingers.
Exactly.
So the world has changed, and now every left-sided player plays on the right. I have never understood why. But that's what it is.
That's the modern game.
That's the modern game.
If I say you should name 5 of the best players you've seen in your time,
locally. I've always put number 1 as Mohamed Polo. I mean, if you are talking skill, natural. And with Polo, it was like Messi or Maradona. They didn't need to work hard. It came naturally. Anything Polo did, something.
Do you subscribe to Polo better than Messi?
Talent, skill-wise, it was a completely different era. And in those days, players were being hacked. Referees were not friendly to strikers. This is the slightest push. You can't even tackle people in the box. So I think those earlier players, if they had the protection that the players of today have, they would have been mighty, mighty different.
So you put Polo first?
Polo first. But my father said, Puku Mensah. I never met him.
Well, I never met him.
That is in the 50s, So, but Osei will run him close. Some people feel it's Osei Kofi. I saw the tail end of Osei Kofi, but even the little that I saw in 73, after he had come back from his injury, this told me that this was somebody special, somebody exceptional. So, and then I think after that I'll put Razak. I'll put Pukunti. Pukunti. Then I'll end with Papaku.
Okay.
My top 5.
Your top 5.
I mean, there were so many great players, If you want to talk about strikers like Peter Lamte, the goal thief,
George Alassane.
George had a few in spurts because he wasn't a consistent striker for a very long period.
Okay.
But he had a good Cup of Nations in Libya.
Pukwefrie.
As for Pukwefrie, he was like a magician, and he burst on the scene in 1975, and then just walked through, and if you looked at him, the goals he scored against Uganda, the goals he scored for Kotoko. And
you left Adolfama out.
I left him out.
You left Abedi Pele out.
I think Abedi, well,
he left James Agyei out.
If you look at, in fact, it was James Agyei I was talking about.
James Agyei.
This is James Agyei. My father said he's never seen anything like that. I've talked to a lot of older people like Mbedea, and they think it's James Agyei. Yes, it was James Agyei I was looking for. Yes, but even the likes of CK Jemfi as a footballer. It's difficult. You are talking about what I saw.
What you saw.
What I saw. But I think, yes, maybe Abedi should be in there. Definitely. After Razak, Abedi, maybe before Pukunti. Yes, I think I got it mixed up a bit. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In recent times, which of the players have stood out for you?
In recent times,
let's say even from the 90s, because if you go to the 80s, that generation of players in the 80s is another crazy generation.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Olabode Williams and all those players, you know. But if you come to the 90s all the way to 2000s, who stood out?
For me, I mean, both locally and maybe internationally, I would think it's Michael Essien.
Okay.
For me, he was a very complete, a modern Mama Aqua. Mama Aqua, he could control a game. It's like he controls the game. Give the ball to me, I come forward, give it back to me. He's a general, And I liked Essien because he controlled the game. He could defend, he could attack, he could score, he could shoot, he could head. He was a very complete footballer. And so I think from the 2006, the teams that went to the World Cup and all that, if you look at that in their career with their clubs,
this is Sporty FM,
Michael,
the voice of sport.
Stood out.
Michael stood out.
In my view, my humble opinion.
Before you are taken out of context, Ghana, took you out of context right now.
That's right.
Now, how do we bridge the gap between our league and that of the North Africans? Because initially we were on top.
Yeah.
Now they've come passing all the way through, to the extent that we can't even qualify for money zone in the CAF Champions League. How do we bridge the gap? Is the gulf that big?
Not that big, but we don't have a financial model. And I think we had an opportunity after going to subsequent World Cups for 3-4 times.
Yeah, 6, 10, 14.
Yeah, and the monies that came, which I found it's atrocious that we didn't commit it to the game. I still support Cole's football. I still have a team named after Argentinos Juniors because of Maradona.
Coach Nimli.
Nimli, yes. And we are the ones who produce the players. And the system is such that nothing gets to us. We just spend. Referee fees, last week we were playing away. It's even more expensive. We have to pay for transport.
It's still there. Argentina is still there.
It's still there.
Where do they play?
At the Raka.
Okay.
At the Raka. The just behind the cathedral.
Okay.
Okay.
That park.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. So, and we've produced quite a lot of international players, including our current goalkeeper. Now he's been shifted to number 2 at Izigi.
Okay.
Yes. Isaac Vosa, Prince Tego. And those are all the boys, some of the boys that the teams produced. But the problem is that we need to guarantee the players a minimum wage that is realistic. And I was thinking we should use the NBA model. And the FA should use the funds that we get from the World Cup, set aside a part of it, and say, look, every Premier club, if you have a player registered, maybe we say 15, your top 15 players, we can guarantee them $1,000 a month. And I think with the amount of money that we've made from the World Cups that we've seen, we could have done that. And so that the players here will be paid well. Because you're a sports person. You need to eat well. You need to exercise. Some of the figures I hear as their salaries is criminal. You understand? So, but it's not the team's fault because now there is no revenue. The stadium almost always empty. Even when Kotoko are playing Hazovo, you can't fill the stadium today. And perhaps we should... I quite remember, when Herbert Mensah was chairman of Asante Kotoko, he was a good marketing guy, He found a way. We were not doing well that season, but the stadium was always full.
Yeah.
Always full, And I quite remember about 2 years ago telling one of those who were managing Kotoko, I said, look, the football is a common man's game. As they say in the UK, the workers' game, So... it's our carpenters, our taxi drivers, our fitters, and people who are not earning too much. So let's make the gate a bit cheap, especially the popular stands. Okay, you can have fanciful figures for the VIPs, those who want to come in with their girlfriends. That's different. But the popular stand, so that it's affordable, because these guys are having to travel. They have to pay for transport. When they get to the stadium, they have to eat. So anything beyond 10 cedis, 20 cedis, how much is he earning a day to be able to say, I'm going to watch a football game? Especially now in the face of competition from DSTV, where he can go and pay 2 cedis. I don't know the figure now. It used to be 2 cedis to watch some of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
So it's serious competition. But if we are deliberate about it, and I'm talking about the political leaders who are deliberate about it, they want to bring the passion back to football and to sports in general, then we have to be seen to be acting in that order. You know, you look at some of these games in Europe and you see everybody goes there. It's a family environment.
Yeah.
Sporty FM.
So in those days when we were kids, we go to, you under, was it 15 or 16? Your father takes you in for free.
Yeah.
I was taken to the Kumasi Stadium by my dad. And that's how come I got attracted to sports and football.
Yeah.
But I don't see the family environment. But the reason why I still feel Ghanaians love their sports is when the Black Stars are playing.
The passion.
You see the passion, the stadium is full. So there's a disconnect in there. And it's all because we have individualized football because of commercialization. You know, I expect that all of us are traditional people. We all come from traditional land.
Because you made a statement a couple of times that, you know, individuals have taken over clubs so much that the community has been...
It's been cut off.
Completely cut off.
So if you look at the Premier League, sometimes I can't tell which club is this. I mean, the names are confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are based. So it means that they don't have support because it belongs to an individual. They see it as just a business model. You know, so the community...
So sometimes you're having dreams playing in the Kaswa, the next minute they are playing here as their home, the next minute they are playing
Meanwhile, the one who owns dreams has a traditional club.
Yes.
So why don't you get in there, help and make it bigger? You know, because the Dwarfs and the Vipers and the Vancouver's of the world, they are the ones that will attract the people. People feel a sense of belonging and an attachment to these clubs. You know, because a football team or any sports team without a fan base or a community link, an organic link with the community, struggles. And that's what is happening. So we have to rethink it and let's be more communal and collegial in our thinking. Let's do it together. Let's win together. You know, so there used to be a Kwahu United. We have a lot of big guns from Kwahu.
Yeah.
Who should be able to support and make that team big, and the team will always fill the stadium, whether it's in Accra or it's in Nkoko, wherever, because, you know, people feel an attachment. This is my traditional team. I mean, whether it is Madrid or Barcelona or Manchester, it's named after a town.
Yeah.
That is why the smallest towns, you know, still...
Luton Town.
Wimbledon, even, you know... areas like Millwall, which is just a small,
and all those places,
they have their core dedicated support. But there's a team called Karela, is it?
Yeah.
Where is it based?
It was based in the north. It used to be based in the Nzuma area, and
so it's confusing, and that is where I think political leadership should recognize that football and sports is also a big business. If you look at what has happened to the Premier League, the way they've sold it to the world, and that's how come they can franchise it to these TV stations, and me and you are contributing. Because once I pay 900 cedis, the last time I checked, DSTV is 915 for Premier. You know, bouquet. Although we were promised that it should go down. You know, so we are making contributions. At the end of the day, we have to be deliberate about it. And look, this is our game. We want to rebuild it. We want to do something about it. And it can start if the FA goes to a World Cup, and the World Cup, they get about $10 million, maybe around that figure. And you set aside 5 million or even 3 million and say, look, we want to support the team, pay their players well. Like the NBA does. They fix a base pay.
Well, actually, there's GFA introduced a minimum salary for professional footballers in Ghana.
And who pays that minimum salary?
So there's a minimum salary arrangement. I think that the clubs are supposed to comply. It's part of the...
No, you can't. The clubs are not financially strong to comply. Let's be honest with ourselves.
But the clubs are individually owned.
But that is why we need to sit around and talk. It is in our interest to rebuild our league. The FA makes a lot of money out of the World Cup. And that money should go to the production line, which is the football club.
The World Cup is once every 4 years.
Yes, but we make enough money that if we plan, as I said, we can just use a simple model. Every team will support you with 15 players, 15 of your top registers. We can't do your 25 or 40, but at least 15. Everybody $1,000 a month. You can do a quick calculation. How many teams? Is it 20 or 18?
20.
20, you know. So if you are giving 15,000 times 20, 30,000, multiplied by the number of teams by a year, you realize that you are not going to go over maybe 2 or 3 million. It doesn't matter that it belongs to an individual or not. It has happened that way because we have allowed the traditional teams to die. I mean, I have been against, my own good friend who is no more, so I don't like to talk like that, but he started it, Kumapem Royals. You know, after having run Kotoko with Yaubeu, Alenjima is my very close friend. You know, he's no more. He rests in peace. And I always had that quarrel with him. You can't leave Kumapem. Kotoko is our tradition.
Yeah.
So it's either you are part of it or support it, even if you're not part of management.
But breakaways are part of the game, isn't it?
Does it help? It doesn't. It doesn't. And it has happened. Your good friend, Randy Abbey. I don't understand why you say you're a House of Lions. Everybody knows you're a House of Oak. So support House of Oak. Be in House of Oak. Why? You know, so Olympics, and these are teams that have names, and you know, so we should build it. It has a brand already. We can support it, and we have a fan base that is assured if we are deliberate about it. And then if you bring the accounting and the financial models and the FA can commit money, there's a team saying, look, these are 15 players, we pay them directly into their bank accounts. So even the players, they will be pushing to be part of their top 15 of their teams. And then if you can pay them $1,000 at the very least a month, I mean, that can shift you around a bit.
Well, I think the FA started something. In this year, for example, the government supported the FA in terms of some funding to the clubs. And so each club, through the FA, was getting 1 million Ghana cedis before the league will start.
Yes.
You know, which should go into helping them pay salaries and, you know, getting at least running the clubs properly.
I think
so. That's probably could be a good start from the FA.
Yeah, I think the better model would have been to set aside a lot of the money from the World Cups, rather than give it to members of the committees that manage the Black Stars. Because when we were serving as members of the Black Satellites Committee, we did it out of affection and love for our country. I bought my own ticket to go to the Olympic Games in Barcelona. Okay, but I was a member of the management committee of the Meteors that won the bronze. With Alhaji Grusa, Coach Samade, or Heneba Charles was our chairman. And again in 1996, when we lost in Atlanta, when we lost to Brazil, I think, in the quarterfinals, Christian Saba and those, that group of players, I bought my own ticket to America, paid my own hotel bills. I never asked for any, you know. Look, the beauty in seven...
Interestingly, in 1996, when you were in Atlanta, you were doing the reports for Radio Gold.
For Radio Gold, yes.
I was hosting the Sports on the Morning show, and I was calling you every morning with Seal Ghana.
That's right.
You know, and you were telling us...
my good friends.
yes.
You know, so, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I think the passion is about doing something and not expecting much in return. And I think that is what society should be about. Okay, that we should be able to inculcate in the young people and everybody that you can serve society and feel a sense of fulfillment without extracting too much money out of it. You know, so we have become overly materialistic as a people, and it has affected all facets of our life. I think to strengthen football, a lot of the money that we get from FIFA, we should set aside to support those teams, make football strong. And the players then would feel a sense of loyalty to stay for a while. We all know it's a business game. I mean, if you have a good offer from outside, it makes business sense to let the person go. But at least you know that a lot of it will be committed to the team, rebuilding the team, you know. And so I think that we should focus on the league, and you, the media, should spend a lot more time giving them some live coverage and coverage of their training, all the kinds of things you see in Super Sport. We can also do some locally, you know, and it it gives them visibility.
But you see, let me just add this: GPL players' minimum net monthly salary is now at about 1,500 cedis. That's minimum. Compared to there are some clubs who used to pay 400 Ghana cedis and stuff like that.
That's
and then Division 1 league minimum net salary is 700 cedis. That's Division 1. And then women's Premier League.
I don't want you to start rattling these figures. It's not good for us. Because
but hitherto, there was nothing at all.
I know, but that's why I said, especially when from 2006, we had earned good money from the World Cup.
Yeah.
It is the utilization of the money that, for me, I think was flawed. They should have committed a lot to the football clubs, supported them, and had a very transparent financial model that you don't give it to the clubs. I mean, you can say, okay, these are my nominated 15. These are the accounts. These are the banks. The FA can pay them directly. And then the clubs can decide to delist you if you are not performing. These are all innovative ways that you can get the players to work very hard and, up their game and provides a production line for the Black Stars. And I also think that to keep that connection with the local league, I was very happy that the House of a goalkeeper?
Yes.
Who's I think he's the only player.
Yes, sorry.
I think maybe if you can have 2-3 more.
I think that there's something that the FA is trying to do. I mean, FIFA came up with this, that any local player who is included in the national team for the World Cup, that local team gets some amount of money for participating in the World Cup. So if you have about 4 or 5 Ghanaian local league players who are able to join the team, whether they play or not, don't play.
Once they are part of the
squad, yes, because not everybody will play at the World Cup.
Definitely.
So it would be good enough for the FA would add some 3, 4, 5 players to the squad, a 26-man squad. If you add some 4 or 5
6,
players,
at least the 6 should be local based.
And then whatever monies come in for those local teams, you put all together and split according to all the teams. You don't give it to each team and say it is your player.
That's what I'm saying. We can look at all these innovative ways, financial models, and look at how it happens. And again, because I want some of the money to be in Ghana, so if these local players get good, bonuses, at least, the local economy. Those coming from outside, they're already getting paid well out there. Don't need those 100,000 or 50,000, but a local player, even if winning bonuses or part of the team, it impacts on the local economy.
Do you get disappointed when sometimes you listen to radio or TV and you hear the sort of sports analysis and journalism that goes on compared to what you guys did?
Yes, I do. I remember.
Especially commentary.
The commentary, and I criticized a few of them in Kumasi because it was in the morning. And they speak so fast. I thought it was a game. But I know we don't play football in the morning.
Yes.
So it was just a report. I thought the match was being played in the morning, but apparently that's what they do. And they compete amongst themselves. I think that you need to take them through some learning processes, some mentorship processes, and they should stop being emotionally attached. When you are a journalist or a sports reporter, even when Kotoko was playing, you cannot tell whether I support Kotoko or not, because once you are behind the microphone, you have to be professional. Very professional. Take out sentiments, look at the facts, and your comments that you make should not expose which team you support. But you hear some of them, the way they talk about referee decisions and the way they attack the referee. It's I don't know. So I don't know whether it is commentary or it's comedy or it's a mix. So perhaps maybe the owners of these stations and the media commission as well, because it's all content. It's all part of content. We have to find a way of managing the content and doing it well. Because yes, we want to educate and inform people and entertain people, but it has to be done right. And
the last time I said it to somebody, they said our generation was gone. It is their time. This is how they want to do it, and that people have accepted it that way.
It's wrong, and these are the things that I want to be known as a person who fought for what is right in this country at whatever cost. when something is wrong, we've got to say it. There are ethics of every profession.
Yeah.
There are etiquettes that go with it. And so you cannot to radio show and say, no, why do you do that? You can't do that. If it's a mistake, say, yeah, he's made a mistake, it has cost him a goal. But don't be judgmental and insult the person. Don't insult the referees. Don't incite fans' anger against the referee because your team did not get a decision.
Yeah.
You know, and I've heard certain local commentators, especially in local language, do worse things. You know, call for the head of referees. You know, you can't do that.
You think that the proliferation of the stations, especially the Akan-dominated stations, local-dominated stations, is what has caused a lot more of this harm?
I think it's a dereliction of the duty of the National Media Commission. And then you have an association of broadcasters. Yes. I think that we should worry about what we churn out to the public, because that's what we are feeding them on. And there should be standards of broadcasting, standards that we should tie ourselves to. You know, so I don't know whether it is the Media Commission, is the National Communication Authority, a combination of it. Say, look, these are the standards. You cannot, and you, the broadcaster too, I mean the owner of the broadcasting station, it should be part of your fiduciary duty to ensure that whatever you are churning out to the public it's as they say, it passes the smell test.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a lot, but it still can be reined in.
Do you miss punditry? Or do you miss hosting sports shows?
Yes, of course. I mean, these are, there are times I watch even Super Sport and I say, oh, no, we did it better than that. You know, so...
Because I remember 92, you and Diface.
That's right.
You know,
the Italia 90.
Yes, Italia 90, Moses Fuamweni, yourself, Diface, Kwabena.
And you do a lot of preparation before.
Yeah, Papa and all
I remember at halftime I said, I'm expecting some changes. And the Dutch team, and I said Wim Kieft, and they brought him in and he headed the winner. And everybody was saying, hey. You know, but these are things that happen when you prepare.
Yeah.
The producers have to prepare you. And now there's no excuse because you have statistics. Now, the statistics, in our time, there was nothing like assist.
Yeah.
You know, there was nothing like assist.
Yeah.
You know, so life has changed and it's good. It enriches the reportage. If you watch sports, you know, the amount of things they are giving, information, ESPN stats, the data, the kilometers of, you know, the passes and everything. So it should enrich the commentators' delivery.
Yeah.
You know, so they are in a better position to do it much, much better than we used to do it. You know, so I think that the Media Commission, the Ghana, what do they call that? Private broadcasters, GIBA?
Yes, GIBA. Yes, Ghana Independent Broadcasters
That's
Association.
Right. I think they should also get their act together. You know, because if you are a broadcaster, you should be responsible for what comes out of your broadcasting station.
True.
And I think when you know that it's not according to the standard that we expect, then you have to do something to improve it. So I think there should be courses, there should be training sessions, and just teaching them etiquette.
Trust me, it doesn't happen.
I know it doesn't. And those are some of the things that we all have to work hard and, you know, and do it, bring it on board.
But a lot of the things have changed also because, I mean, in our time, I mean, I could follow you or Kwabena Agyei, just follow you, you know, you send me around, go and bring this, go and bring lineup. We get to the stadium, when you guys go and sit up there. They'll say, go downstairs and bring me lineup. You know, you learn a lot of things from the top boys.
That's right.
Now, everybody's a master on its own. So nobody is learning. There are no mentors anymore. You can't find anybody and say, oh, he inspires me. You know, it's no longer there. The lack of it is also part of the reasons that people feel that, like, look, this is where we are.
But that's why we need to organize refresher courses, seminars, to teach them these things, and then you can use some of their case studies.
So SWAG should be involved in some of these things.
Of course. Yeah. I think they also have a big responsibility. You know, it's a big responsibility. SWAG should be involved, GIBA should be involved, GJ should be involved, NCA should be involved, and media commission should be involved. You know, to let it be imbibed in anyone who sits behind a microphone that
there's a certain sense of responsibility
because you can cause damage. You know, the words that you spew out of your mouth can cause damage. So you have to be very measured, very moderate, very modest, you know, and speak to the facts. Of course, you want to create a little humor once in a while, which is fine, but I mean, some of the things they do crosses the line.
Yeah.
Crosses the line. And I've seen a lot of that. And nobody is really reining them in, which is where the issue is. So who is in control of these things? Are we going to do self-regulation, the stations themselves? I mean, maybe the owner does not even know what the standards are. So I think it's important that the SWAG, GIBA, NCA, Media Commission, GJA, can call on older, experienced people and have seminars, you know, pick some of their programs, you know, show them where they are going wrong, scrutinize it, and then so they can learn on the job and change, you know, because some of the things we hear these days are simply not good.
Ghana is heading towards its 5th World Cup appearance, and the draw will be on the 5th of December. Is there any country you'd like us to avoid, if you had the chance?
Ghana. I think we should, maybe I'm being biased. You know, I've always loved Argentina, and I love Portugal too because of Cristiano Ronaldo. The reason why I like him so much is because he is not as gifted as the rest, but has achieved. It means hard work pays.
True.
And so I want us to avoid Portugal because those teams look very good. But I think we are
the last time we met Portugal, had it not been for the confusion in our team, probably could have matched them.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's why I keep saying that right now the difference in African football, between African football and world football has closed.
Because most of our African players are playing in Europe.
Playing there.
Yes, except for our leagues where...
And apart from that, you see, that you know, in those days, people, because there was no television, even when they go to the World Cup, and I quite remember speaking to Ibrahim Sunday after they came from the Munich Olympic Games, I think they lost 4-0, 72, they lost 4-0 to Yugoslavia, no? Lost 4-0 to Poland, GDR, then East Germany, and lost 3-1 to Colombia. That's the only match that we scored a goal. And, you know, he says they kept looking at Gregor Zlato, who was the top scorer of the previous World Cup, you know, so... Because, you know, this a name you had heard, you read in the graphic also, and then you go and meet the person in real flesh, and then you are enamored and you are in awe. So,
yeah, starstruck.
Yeah, starstruck. So that kind of thing now is disappeared. You know, you appear with them week in, week out in the same league, or you meet in Champions League or some international competition. And now even when you see that we are playing friendly matches, you can see the matches are very tight.
Yeah, very close.
I mean, we held England 1-1 in Wembley not too long ago. You know, so that shows you that the standards have bottomed out a bit. So a few strategies here and there can put you at the top. So I want to see the World Cup very competitive. I love it when there's a competitive game. And you can't tell which side is going to win. That's what I like. But I don't want them to be tied down and imprisoned by strategy. Because when we were kids, we knew number 2 was a fullback. Number 3 was then the center backs. And now there's total confusion.
Yeah, there's laterals.
From Carlos Bilardo, who created the confusion in 1996. The 3-5.
The 1986.
86 World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes, he played with 3 central defenders and then 5 midfielders. You know, Latikachea and the rest running up and down. You know, so, and it has changed football. And I can see the coach in Manchester United, Amorim. Being pressured to change his you know, so football has changed. I think we are placing too much emphasis on tactics.
So, but do you like to avoid Portugal and Argentina?
I haven't looked at the draw on which seeds, you know, how they're going to do the seedings and all that.
Oh, well, it's on the 5th of December. It will come soon.
Oh, so very, very soon.
We'll get to see where Ghana will be, whether in Mexico or in the USA or in Canada. I mean,
that's another thing.
Yes, we'll get to see where we will be. What would you call success at the World Cup? How far do you think we can go at the World Cup?
I think, if you look at South Africa, where we got to the quarterfinals, very nearly made it to the semifinals, it shows that we are up there. We are up there. I think if we're able to repeat that, that would be massive success.
That squad was entirely different.
Yes, I know. But the squad too is good. I've seen some very good players in there. Very good players in there. And I think they have the capacity to be able to do it. You know, Semenyo is very tough up front. I think that if the build-up is good and we're able to free him with chances, he can score. He's a dangerous striker. You know, I don't know whether the Williams brother is still coming back.
Inaki?
Yeah.
Likely.
I think he's got the class and the experience to be able to worry any defense in the world. I think we've got a good team. We've got a good team. Partey in the middle, he'll still be there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And I've seen the new centre-backs, you know, very good. And I like the guy who plays in France, the fair-coloured, Jiku. You know, he's very good. Mohamed Al-Hassan too is still there.
Yeah.
Used to be at Southampton. Where is he now?
He's now at Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yes,
and there's another good guy at Atlanta.
Yeah.
The Suleiman, is it?
Yeah.
The dribbler.
Yes.
He's got like typical Ghanaian footballer. That's the kind of player I like. He can really...
Skillful.
Very skillful. He takes on players. He doesn't like just sideways passing.
Yeah.
That is not the Ghanaian game. I mean, those of you who missed John Bannerman or John Essien, Francis Kumi, Kofi Bedu, and those, you know, they take on players. You know, I think now world football is too defined by the passes at the back. You know, from left back to right, back to left.
Tactics, reading of the game.
And they are sending the ball back to the goalkeeper even from the opposition half. So they say they are going to recreate it. You know, it doesn't make it spontaneous. You know, in those days, players are now Seydu and the rest. There was nothing like tactics. Tactics are good, but it should work for the benefit of the team.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you like the VAR concept?
Oh, I think I love it. I love it because, and I think they've improved it. Now the time and then the efficiency, the new one that they're using, you know, the frame, you know, that's exact. It's good. The lines I didn't like because it was becoming crazy. It's like technical drawing when we're in school, you know. But this one, you know, it tells you the truth. But I think sometimes the referees, the handballs, I mean, yesterday, I watched one of the matches and the referee did not rule a handball. I think that was right. It hit the guy's hand.
Liverpool and
I think
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Tchouaméni.
Yeah. I mean, that cannot be. Your hand should be out there to gain advantage. There should be an intent to gain advantage. You know, and that intent can be very clear. And some of the goalkeepers too are being penalized. You are diving. The body momentum and everything is going in a certain direction. There's no way they can do anything about it.
So you must leave one leg on the line.
That one. But that one, they've mastered it so superbly. They dive with one leg on the line.
Yes.
And it's remarkable.
That's the boarding game for you.
It's remarkable how they managed to do it.
If you just join me, my very special guest is Engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyepong, and we're talking football at the moment. We'll switch to politics in a minute, but because definitely we all know where he's heading. Interestingly, President Mahama said something yesterday, so now dovetailing a bit into the politics. He said that there should be a complete forensic audit into the All-African Games and the money that we spent.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I believe in value for money. That's been my core. I believe as a country, we are in tight or dire financial straits. So every penny CD we spend has to be properly accounted for.
Some of the figures are outrageous.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that we should, those things, I think we should not even politicize that. I've always felt that we are a country that lives beyond our means all the time. And that's why our budgets are always in deficit. If I become president, I'll look into the Ghanaians' eye and tell him, this is what we have. We spend what we have. We have to spend what we earn. And we are in a country where a bottle of water, you can buy it for 3 cedis, but let the Ghana go and buy it, it will be 18 cedis. You know, so those are things that I frown upon. You know, so I have zero tolerance for corruption and wasting the state's money. So some of these things, it should not even come from the president. It makes it overly political. Then people then go and hide behind the fact that it's political. I think that if money that is supposed to be used for our country has been bloated out of proportion, then people should be penalized for that. I feel that value for money has not been exercised in this country that much. It goes across all government projects, you know, and there's a certain appetite to fleece the state, you know, and I believe we should be patriots enough to put our hands on our chest and know that whatever we do it for the country Ghana.
Have we lost our sense of patriotism? Of
course. I mean, that's why I always talk about the recalibration of our mentality, our orientation, reorientation of ourselves.
You avoided the word reset.
Well, you may say so. I think it's important that we have to redefine ourselves as who we are as Ghanaians, and even what public service should be, and what our understanding of it, party politics, governance, public service. And that's why I always talk about the triple X doctrine: service, sacrifice, selflessness. You know, all of a sudden, the Ghanaian people have been gripped by a sense of materialism. I cannot find where the source is. And what I want to share with people, my own life, I mean, I would say I'm quite now advancing in age a bit, that you don't need a lot of money to be happy. You know, of course, we all know money is important, but the obsession with it is wrong, and it's damaged countries. And we as Ghanaians should know that the trajectory that we are on now is not a sustainable trajectory. To the extent that now the public, any Afrobarometer survey that you see, the public affection and respect that they have for governance and politics is at the lowest ebb. Because people feel that you go into politics to fill your belly. That should stop. This mentality of we are chopping, and somebody captured it and said that no contribution, no chop.
No chop.
I have said that chopping mentality should be obliterated from our lexicon completely. You know, you should go in there to serve with an attitude that you're going to serve your country. You know, and if you do so, then you make sure that all the expenses that you make will be above board to pass the smell test. And so I think this should have been normal. I mean, we have a situation where in a country where every day we are on TV with Public Accounts Committee and Auditor General's report. We've seen it year over year, millions of cedis misapplied.
Not accounted for.
Not accounted for. And nobody gets punished. So that political will to punish people for doing what is wrong, we are not doing it. You know, so it's become just a cycle. You know, a repeated cycle. You know, so we have to be careful as a people. And we, the political leaders, have to lead by example, not by what we say, but by what we do.
What are your chances
of winning this election?
Yes.
It's very tough. It's very tough. I mean, I recognize that I was ostracized and sidelined for 10 years. I didn't get an opportunity to play a role in the last government. It works for you and works against you in many ways, because then the visibility was low, you know. So there are a lot of young people who don't even know. I called about 20 bloggers into my office and they didn't know me.
Really?
Yes.
Sporty FM.
I was press secretary to the president in 2001. That's how many years ago now? 24 years.
Yes, yes.
You know, in 1990 World Cup, when I was a celebrity in Ghana and everybody knew me, hosting sports highlights on television. From 1987, when I was 25 years, I was the youngest ever to host national television. There was only one station, 25. You know, but about 65% of the voting population now are under 40 years. You understand?
The Gen Zs don't know you.
That's right. So I'm happy you've given me this opportunity because I hear they watch a lot of Sporty FM.
Yeah.
You understand? So, so that's a disadvantage for my candidature, but I'm working hard to push it, And so far, wherever I've been, my message has been resonating with the grassroots. Many people believe I'm telling the story well. I have the intellectual capacity, the institutional memory of this tradition because I was there at the formation and I met the elders and the kind of sacrifices that they were eager to give to this country through their party. And I feel that there's a sense of responsibility to me.
I remember in 1992, I mean, when NPP launched, into the scene at the time, and they had this weekly broadcast,
party political
broadcast on television.
That's right.
And I would always see you sitting on the bar stool in some blue shirts and the blue jeans.
That's right. That's right.
With folded arms. Yes.
I was doing it was a difficult decision. I was barely 30 years. We were still under military rule. Rawlins, who the head of state, was also going to contest. And I was just a young civil engineer working in a government institution like Ghana Highway Authority. So accepting to become the face and the voice of the party at the age of 30 was a very brave thing that I
When
chose.
you go down, what do you tell the people?
I tell them stories like
Because apart from the fact that everybody knows that you've been there from day one, you have institutional memory and all of that, the political landscape has changed so much. There's a lot of infiltration. There's a lot of monocracy. How are you dealing with all these?
Well, how I'm dealing with that is to let them know that I'm a symbol of pure, untainted loyalty to the party. Not only that I'm also an achiever. That when you are given an assignment, you deliver. Even with the sports. I mean, people have forgotten that the first telephone call to a studio in Ghana, it was at my instance when I was at GBC with that red telephone. Those ones that you have to
dial it.
You have to dial like that.
It goes
and
around.
The technicians were. I give it. I said we've got to do it today. Let's try it, and it worked. You understand? By 1990, we hadn't had, the talk about panel discussions. It was unknown in Ghana.
There was no sophistication at all.
That's right. But I had fortunately been traveling to Europe. I had seen that. And so when I came back, Henry Ako, who was the one who gave me the opportunity to be on television, he's alive. He's about 89 years.
Wow.
Henry's alive. I go and see him from time to time.
Wow.
And then Amon Kwafu became the director of television later.
Yes.
He was the set designer.
Yes.
And so we worked together to build a nice set from the things I had seen outside.
From the carpentry shop.
Yes, and I quite remember Toto Robertson, was it? That's the name, the commercial director. I said, look, we need to watch the World Cup. That was the first time we were watching the World Cup live in Ghana. And we say, how are we going to fund it? UTNA, you remember UTNA?
Yeah.
They would get the feed and distribute it to African countries.
Yes. What is AIB today? AUB today.
It's AUB now.
Yes.
Okay. And so I went to see Jacob Echebilamte, and then I said, Jake was the chief executive of the largest advertising agency, Lentas. And I said, Jake.
He was a titan.
He's a titan. I said, Jake, we need money to pay for the feed for the World Cup. He said, come now.
And you have to go through post office.
and I said, so how are we going to...
PNT.
I said, you have all these companies, the beer companies and all that. So I'm suggesting we're going to do a panel. So he says, what? I said, yes. We'll do it before we play adverts. Before the game starts, we play adverts. Halftime, we play adverts. At the end of the game, so we're able to slot in. So they, it was good. We were able to do that for the first time. At the beginning, it was difficult for the commercial department to accept it because I wasn't a permanent worker at GBC.
Yeah.
So, but we were able to cobble it together, and it worked. And I quite remember a year earlier, I had tried something with Sports Highlights because we were doing the Cup of Nations and Adiva shirts.
Yes.
I went to Shum
on Jogulu Road.
Jogulu Road. And I said, look, you give me some jackets and ties and shirts. I'm a young civil engineer. I can buy all these, and I'll put your name there. So it was a crawler.
Yeah.
Wardrobe by Adiva shares.
Yes.
And the commercial people were angry. So all these things, you see the evolution of even advertising and commercialization of broadcasting and all that. I played a role. So when I go down there, I tell them that, look, me, the little opportunities I get, I serve with diligence without expecting anything in return. So I expect them that they are all party faithfuls who have sacrificed to become polling station executives. And that's why they've been given the opportunity to elect their leader.
Yeah.
And so it's not about the amount of money somebody gives you. This party was never founded on money, but on merit, on principle, on values. And that's why my campaign theme is going back to our roots. Our noble roots.
Okay.
The roots of service, sacrifice, having that spirit of voluntarism.
Do you agree that your party has lost a lot of stalwarts in terms of, if you look at, I was reading something or watching it from Patrick Boama, and he kept mentioning that for the credibility of the party to come back the way it has to, you need some faces to come back. Including people like Papa Uso and Koma, people who have served the party in diverse ways, You agree to that?
Yes, I agree. I mean, I think a bit of a tragedy. I mean, that a lot of them didn't find space in the last cabinet. The likes of Kwabena Agyei Agyepong, Yao Berima, even SK Boafo. I'm not saying that we shouldn't allow the youth to take over. But there should be a production line. It's like mentoring people to take over.
Yeah.
You understand? And I think we should rebuild a culture in this country where political leaders would have strong characters around them and can look them in the eyes and tell them the truth.
Yeah.
The culture is building in this country where patronage has become the order of the day. In fact, sycophancy has become a business. So people are hero-worshipping individuals without recourse to the tradition. And that's something I worry about. And these are the views I express to the delegates when I meet them. I tell them that, in fact, essentially they are not delegates. They are polling station executives. But because the party appreciates the hard work that they do, they believe that they are the ones who should decide who becomes who in the party. And that the word delegate is because they are acting on behalf of the larger population who have delegated them to represent them in an election. And so they are not doing it for themselves. So if you go and pick money from an aspirant, you are being selfish. You're doing it for yourself. So I'm trying very hard to take them through that rigmarole and let them understand that there is more to it than just money.
There's this question that keeps popping up. Why should we take you serious? Because in the last election, you came out strongly. You had when you launched your campaign, you said all sorts. You did a lot of work. Then in the end, you stepped down and joined Dr. Bawomia's team. Why should we now take you serious? That indeed you're going the full haul?
It's not a good. They say there's never a bad question. It's only a bad answer. First and foremost, I'm a Democrat. First and foremost. And in our party, from 92, 96, 98, whatever, we have elections. And when nominations are open, people are free. And so in 2023, I was part of the 10 that contested. But when I lost out, I felt it a duty, honorable sacred duty as a patriot of our party to respect the decision of the majority. So the talk that you were following an individual, I was following an individual who was elected by the party as our flag bearer. And if you're a genuine party person and a true patriot that I am,
you won't sit back.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should give your all. Give your all. It does not mean that should end your political life. So when I hear those questions, you see, what we are doing is to discourage even people from supporting the eventual winner. Because it means if you go and support the eventual winner, next time you can't contest.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. So I think it should be to my credit rather that I was the first to step forward and say, look, an election has been hard. There have been issues, clearly, yes, we know. But from what I saw in 1992 during the primaries, we, the young executives, we supported Dr. Safodu. But when Adubuahin won,
you all supported him.
That's why I was on television, you mentioned. At the time, it was life-threatening to be identified with the NPP, especially as a public service worker. But I was prepared to put my life, my professional development as an engineer on the line because I saw that kind of unity between Adubuahin and Safodu. In 1998, I was candidate Akufo-Addo's campaign manager. We went around the whole country. But we lost to Mr. Akufo in Sunyani. Akufo did not say that because I did not support him during the primaries, I shouldn't come close. You remember?
Yes.
In the lead up to 2000, I was the de facto director of communications for his campaign. Advertising, radio, television, that time, Joy FM, Metro, those were the times the news stations were coming up. To the extent that on the day of the election, he had enough trust in me, someone who did not support him during the primary, to say, Kwabena, you still represent me at the Electoral Commission in the strong room. So that has been the anchor of this political party. And it's important that I remind the delegates that unity is key. When I talk about unity, I am an embodiment of it because I saw it with Professor Adubuahin. I saw it with...
but would you agree that what you saw with Professor Adubuahin and what you saw with President Kufuor is not the same that existed with Nana Addo?
What is important is that...
No, but do you agree that it was not the same?
Let me take my time because after Kufuor won, he could have said, okay, I've gotten my position. You didn't support me. He didn't say that. He took me like his son. Press secretary to the president. Close to 6 years. Everywhere around the world I was with him. He believed in me and I worked hard for him to the extent that by the time he was leaving, he conferred the Order of Volta officer category on me. You understand? Of course, and the situation with the last 8 years, I would say was slightly different. The atmosphere within the party was poisoned in 2015 with the unjustifiable removal of the chairman and the general secretary, who were elected massively in Tamale. But you know, in this politics, there's propaganda. There's what we call underground whispering campaigns to dirty people, to destroy people, and create a situation. You know, so it got the party a bit divided and polarized. And I think currently, as we stand, I think the party is in urgent need of healing from that. And that's why I think I am in a good position, having suffered that unfortunate decision, you know, that I'm in the best position to say, look, let's put the past behind us. Because I think that when you're a political leader, you should have the best minds around you, even if you disagree with them on certain issues, you know, and people who should be strong enough to be able to look you in the eye and say, look, I think we are heading towards the wrong direction. If you have only yes men, sycophants, praise singing you, you are not likely to end the way you should.
I'm glad you said you are still contesting, because last week or so there was these rumors coming up that you said you were stepping down and that you were going to join Kennedy Agyepong's campaign team. You heard it.
It's a funny, I don't know what.
But you heard it.
I saw it.
Yes.
No, I even issued a statement to say, no, that's not true. There's nothing like that I have even thought about. I'm a tough cookie. I like difficult assignments. And I can tell you my message is resonating very positively. It's gathering a lot of traction. And people believe that we need someone who is an embodiment of unity and the values of this party, who can heal the party. Because if you find it your own way, most people believe I'm delivering the best message. You know, trying to energize the base of our party, getting them back on track. We all know, according to our own reports, that over 2.2 or so million did not come out to vote for us, our own people. And who best to rally people like that? Because I'm a symbol of their suffering. You know, if you're looking for somebody who is a high up, who has been ostracized and sidelined for 10 years, a whole decade, it's only by God's grace that I'm here. And it energizes them because they see, a lot of them, they call me, they send messages. Kwabena, we've seen the trauma that you've been through and you're still standing strong for this party. That gives us the hope. You know,
sometimes it amazes me that after all that happened, you know, you're still in there.
Yes.
You know, it amazes me.
Because when you look at what Serena Williams says, just read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really think a champion is defined not by their wins, but how they can recover when they fall.
Yeah. That's
when
true.
I stepped into this room, that was the first thing I saw. You understand?
If you just joined me, I'm having a chat with engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyepong, and we're having an interesting conversation. It's spanning from sports to politics to everything, you know. And for those of you who don't remember 1990 World Cup and all
my
that.
famous support for Argentina that annoyed the Ghanaian Times editor, Christian Agri.
Oh, yes.
For him to write a full editorial. Why should I support Argentina against Cameroon? I said the beauty of sports and football is against.
It's true.
That makes it nice.
And interestingly, Cameroon won that game 1-0. Francois Oman Biik.
Biik with that header.
With that header. Pompidou
just spilled the ball. You know, so
there's an interesting message coming through, and I'm sure if I finish reading this, you'll understand where it's coming from.
Okay.
It says, "Good evening, Uncle Fee. This is the man I called my father. He impacted my life, and he's always the one I look up to. Nobody should ever doubt his selfless leadership and direction in all aspects of life. God used Mr. Agyepong to impact my life when I needed someone to help me go to the US for my MSc in chemistry. God used him at the time to make me who I am today. He's my dad, and God bless him. Ghana needs people like Mr. Agyepong. Thank you for bringing him to the show today. Christopher Nimley."
Oh, Coach Nimley. Anytime
he's talked about you severally.
Anytime I see him, tears, you know, in my eyes, because there's one of his, I think, nephews, a young guy, in my view, the best footballer I've ever seen at that age, and he died. Yeah, he was part of our team. He was like Kaka, you know, plays like Kaka.
Like a Rolls Royce of a player.
He's a beautiful player. And he died young. And
unfortunately.
Anytime I see Christopher, but he still helps out running Argentinos.
I know. Once in a while we get him here, he comes to scream a little bit here and all that. When was the last time you watched a Kotoko game?
Oops, that's a long time. So I wanted to watch this one, but I didn't hear it. I mean, it's so shocking. By the time I heard they had lost 1-0 to WAC in Accra, and I'm here, I didn't hear it at all.
Yes, and they went there to collect 5.
I didn't want to hear about the second my Asante Kotoko. You know, so I think we should bring the love back to football. And it has to be deliberate. People should know that if we can support our traditional teams and all of us can chip in, and the president and everybody, we all say Sunday afternoon, let's all fill the stadium, it has to be full. You know, it's got to be deliberate so that a football match without the atmosphere is not a football match. You know, and which means we have to reduce the gate, especially the popular stand, you know, so that people can feel it. Because they have to take taxi or transport and they have to eat. So anything more than 5 cities or 10 cities is tough.
There was a Hearts game the other day, and Hearts played Heart of Lions at Accra Sports Stadium. And the number of people who went to the stadium were 150.
Hearts of Oak?
Yes, a league match. 150 people.
And was Randy Abbey there?
I don't know whether he was there, but...
like Grusa, I blame him for Hearts of Oak. And I blame Grusa for Kumasi Cornerstones. Kim Faisal was a coast club like Argentinos. And Corners, Grusa, and they were the pillars of Corners. Edu is a fanti, the migrants in Kumasi. And then he decided to follow his own personal club. And we've never heard of Cornerstones again. Look, in life, let's be selfless. Let's be selfless and work for the commonality of all. And you ask the question. I want to answer the person says, why should you believe me? Because I've been there before. I've been press secretary to the president, the rank of a minister of state. I didn't go chasing government properties or lands or rack up my real estate. No, I don't need that. And if we, the leaders, display that to the younger generation, they will believe in hard work again. But if we go into office and all of a sudden people are marrying, having weddings, it's as if they only get wives when they are in power. Let's call a spade a spade. We have serious social issues, and I want political leaders to be sensitive to the plight of Ghanaians. I remember, and the person I'm sure is an elder now in our party, his 60th anniversary when we were in power, he couldn't celebrate it the way he wanted because Kufuor said to him, we are in government. People are suffering. So please be very measured and muted. Do something,
Because the optics may not be right.
At all. And now I was expecting the NDC to learn from the mistakes of the NPP. I mean, today almost everybody has an outrider. It has become a badge of honor. I was press secretary to the president. I was living at East Legon. In those days, those places was bush. The traffic, but I'll get to Castle, the beach. And I never used an outrider. Kojom Pianim, who stays just behind you here, where your studio is, is still alive, the chief of staff. He would drive quietly to the office. You will never even know the chief of staff is in the office. Other chief of staffs are riding 4-car convoys. What is wrong with us as a people? There's something wrong with us. I'm telling you. We have become too celebratory of positions, forgetting the focus, the assignment in front of us. We forget it. To the extent that people have been appointed CEOs and they go to work and they are being met with flowers and motor riders. And I mean, I saw some of it on social media. I said, people haven't learned. If I'm the president and you do that, I sack you the next day. Because you don't appreciate the gravity of the assignment I have given you. We are here to save the country. We are in difficult times. It's not the time to show off that you are sitting in first class and you take a selfie and put it on your Facebook page as a public officer. Public officer. It's unacceptable. There should be some ethics there. Standards that you should not cross. And these are the things that I want to speak about. There are a lot of issues that, Fiifi, we don't talk about, especially social issues, unfortunately. And it's hurting us. Parenting has taken a hit.
Yeah. Big time.
Big time. As my friend said, he said that the kitchens are shut. Because in those days, every evening, your mother will be cooking. They'll come and put the food on the table, the children and the parents.
We all gather around the table.
That's right.
Say your prayer and then...
So, you are being trained about prayers, about even not to be greedy. And my father told me a funny story in Tree. Those people eat in community. It wasn't, young boy now. Control race to you, sometimes you can create a gutter.
Yeah.
Let the
oil come down.
Sigatano.
Lashishi. Sigatano.
So, I mean, this kind of communal thing, the things that we learn, it's all disappeared.
Yeah.
And we are being overtaken by social media. It's got its good sides, but it's got its plenty negative sides. And especially in Ghana now, you go to the difficult areas, the deprived areas. That is where people want to live like they're in New York. Everybody's got a different hairstyle. They've got the earring, they've got tattoos, So we've lost the discussion about who we are, the national fabric, our culture. It doesn't mean we should not modernize. I believe in modernizing, but you should be very measured. And you shouldn't copy hook, line, and sinker people's cultures just because you have a phone and you can see everything. That happens in America, you can see it on your phone too.
It looks like greed has been woven into our very fabrics in recent history.
We have to fight it. We've got to find a way of fighting it. Because greed is not good. And like I said,
and it cuts across.
It is wrong. You don't have to be. Look, I've been ostracized for 10 years. Am I dead? By God's grace, I'm alive. It means you can survive on very little. You don't have to be marvelously rich. If you are prepared to be modest and live a disciplined life and have some financial discipline about yourself, you can survive. So it's not only about winning votes. I want to change the mindset of Ghanaians, especially we, the politicians. And I think if we lead by example, it will snowball right across the country. And the people will begin to feel that these are genuine people. You think the generation, the new generation understands what you're saying? Yes, of course. I've got kids who are young. I talk to them. They do understand. I like speaking to people. I call people who I don't know. I call them to my office. I chat with them. I just want to know what's happening on the street. You know me, Fiifi. I mean, I was a hard guy, I'm a fun-loving person. I mean, those were the days. You like to chill. We'll drive from here at night to Kumasi. Because in KJT, I was an area of clubs. I know. Golden Key, Dim Light, Sphinx, Omade Shrine, and then head on this, go and enjoy and drive back at speed. We've done some silly things. And when you are young, you have the bravado that you have. These days, when you drive, at my age, by the time you cross 100, you start shaking. You yourself, your system slows you down. But when you're young, I could go to Kumasi with a Datsun 140Y at high speeds, 2.5 hours. I'm in Kumasi, and go to Foxtrap. Finish it the next morning, we are back. Go back to Accra. So I'm not saying the younger ones should not enjoy life. Life has to be enjoyed, but there should be moderation. Measured. And it should be measured, and you should know when you are pushing it beyond a certain boundary. And we, the senior people, have to lead by example. Our generation perhaps is a blessed generation because we've seen the transition of the world, both socially and technologically. I mean, if I wanted to call my mom, I would go to High Street. Post office. For 2 days. Go and queue. And then you see that thing, they go to booth 21. Then before you hear, hello, then you can. Even that was collect call. Yes. And now you can just take your phone, video call, and see the person live in so you don't miss people too much because if you want to talk to them, you can talk to them. It's just like they're here. That's right. So life has changed. I mean, television, it was black and white. What they used to call it, Itopo. The big one. Now, 80-inch, 100-inch, 4K. It's beautiful. You watch it. And you think the players are in your room? In your room, yeah. So it helps us, those who are preparing for retirement, because we can enjoy our soccer and all the sports, But one thing I missed to say, I mean, I would, if I become president, I would bring sports back to the presidency. Okay. Yeah. I would do what Nkrumah did with Ohanijam, what General Champon did with Lieutenant Colonel Simpe-Asante. COS. Yes. Because I believe that it needs a drastic, jolt, to shake it up. And I also don't believe that we should be master of all trades. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's what I should say. That soccer, athletics, boxing, those three.
Prioritize.
I'm going to prioritize them. Which brings me to schools sports. I mean, I have friends that a bit younger, like Kura, Miles Mills. Those days, student athletics, they could go to Olympic Games.
Yeah.
We went to Korea together.
Were you playing hockey? Or what did you play?
Not at the national level.
No, school.
No, school level, just a little hockey. But at the end of the day, if we are, Mr. Hope was our headmaster, our sports master.
Sports master, yes.
He's still alive,
Yes, he's about 80. We went to visit him a couple of months ago.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, I also went to meet him.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think about 3 or so years ago, our year group, so we met him. I was in Cape Coast last week to address party people, and I passed through Kwabena.
Okay.
Through the back route.
It's speech day this weekend.
Yes.
Yes, speech day is this weekend. And tomorrow we are in the NSMQ finals.
That will be fantastic.
Yes, so we'll win and then enjoy speech day this weekend.
That is the Kwaboche spirit.
Yes. We are winning on tomorrow and then go and enjoy the speech day. And next year is 150.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was there at 100.
Oh, okay.
From 3 at 100.
That's 1976.
1976.
Yes.
I still have my centenary cloth. I've kept it, the original.
You were in Form 1 then?
Form 3.
Form 3.
Form 3, yes.
So Busapeni was your mate?
No, he was my junior.
Also junior. Oh, okay. Maiden.
So that's why I told him, how can you be a Busapeni? I always laugh at him. I said, a Busapeni should be old. But the younger generation have taken over.
Yes.
So it's one of my mates turned 70 today. No, my seniors. I just missed it. I would have gone and surprised him at his service this morning. Jabish,
Misata.
Yes,
Okay. VRE. Yeah.
So I remember when I was press secretary to the president,
guy.
He was VRE deputy chief executive.
He's a nice man.
And they came to the castle, and I said to President Ofo, look at my senior, he gave me a bad knock. And the wife is a very close friend, is an engineer, Harriet. And so I take this opportunity to wish my senior Jabesh a happy birthday, 70 years. Pick-up Packer boy.
Oh, okay. And you were in which house? Upper Dome.
Invisible House.
Lower Dome. Hey, where the bad boys were.
That's right. That's where the cricket room is.
You always do over the bar.
Then you jump the wall and go for yokes.
Yeah, over the bar, straight.
Yes. Life, I think it's important that we attach a lot more importance to sports.
School sports especially.
School sports and sports in general. And I do believe that it can be commercialized well if we are deliberate about it and make sure that, if you look at what is happening in America, their lives are run around sports.
Yeah.
Whether it's NFL or NBA or even recently the MLS, the baseball. Sports can be big, but we have to be deliberate about it. We can't just leave it running. No. As it stands now, I don't see any deliberate action at bringing it up. President Kwabena Agyei Agyepong will do so. Bring it back to the presidency. Attach as much importance to it. And make sure, athletics, Ghana, we should be doing look, we did well in the final.
World Championships,
got to the final. It means that the sprints we are good.
Yeah.
We used to have good middle distance runners. Mercy Aduma, the Betifi Mustang, Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Helena Opoku, 800 meters. So, and even Janet Johnson was so good at the triple jump. Joshua Osu won the Commonwealth triple jump. So I think we can do something there, and at least cost, because with athletics, the facilities now are even better. We have a lot of tartan tracks in Ghana. And I think it's something that we should put our minds to. The main shortcoming may be the school system. I've always been against the JSS system. Because when we went to Form 1, you go there early at 12 years, you go and meet some 18-year-olds with beards.
Yeah.
That hierarchy, the discipline that is
Form 1 to upper 6. Yeah.
It's by the time you've even finished Form 5, you're like a well-rounded man.
Yeah,
quite matured. But now you stay at home to, you form all your bad habits, because in Kwaboche, when you get there, whether you are a minister's son or a farmer's son or whatever, you have to go and scrub the toilet. you have to go and lay the bed for your senior, because if you are deducted marks at inspection. It means you can't go to town. And those of us who were coming from the bush, from Kumasi, you want to go to the seaside. So you don't want to. Korepo kaka. Not to ice cream. You know, it's I mean, anytime I go through Cape Coast, that's feeling of nostalgia. You know, go through the things, it brings you floods of memories of when you were a kid.
True. This weekend, the 95-year boys are doing their speech today.
Okay, so they are hosting.
They are hosting, yes. Yeah, they are hosting. Interesting.
I can't believe it that time has passed. So,
yes.
You know, my big sister told me that Kwabena, they can't sustain the head, you know. Which is dangerous.
Extra time now, Kano.
Because the last 25 years has been so quick.
Yeah. So imagine if the next 10 years comes as quick as a 25 date.
That will be gone. This beautiful world, I don't want to leave it.
You know,
that's what it is. You've got to go sometime.
At a point. Sunday, Kotoko are playing Hearts. At Accra Sports Stadium.
This Sunday?
Yes, Kotoko Hearts.
Let me ask my PA. Are we in Accra on Sunday? We are back in Accra.
We're back in Accra on Sunday.
Okay.
Kotoko playing Hearts on Sunday. So let me say, Hearts playing Kotoko.
Yes,
Hearts is hosting.
I haven't watched this one. I have to watch it.
Yeah, Hearts playing Kotoko on Sunday.
So you have the contacts now. So Makado's my friend, so I'll call him.
Okay, Kotoko.
Is the GFA vice chairman?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Kotoko says they will beat Hearts. Hearts says they will beat Kotoko by 4-0. Because Hearts of Folk, you know, Kotoko still owe Hearts of Folk some 4-0 deficits that they haven't been able to recover, if you remember. The 64 boys disciplined Kotoko 4-0 some time ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Mensah's time, and all
yes,
that.
Yes.
Now, Kotoko says it's time for revenge. So
normally we beat Hearts in Accra.
And then the reverse happens in Kumasi.
It's tighter.
But in recent times, Kotoko have dominated Hearts a lot.
Yeah.
In recent times, except for
I can't remember
top 4 that was played recently.
The famous 3-0 in Accra. That was, what year was that? Hey, time flies. So Puko Free, Pokunti, Sam Supe was in goal for Hazel.
Okay.
And we even had a goal disallowed. So we used to call it Ayele.
So it should have been 4-0.
It should have been 4-0. Accra Stadium. You know, and then we had another 3-0 in Kumasi when Ampe had moved to House, something like that. I remember. You know, then the 4-0 against us in Accra.
Yeah.
During Herbert Mensah's time.
Then there was a 4-3 where Hart scored 3 first, so people to equalize all 3.
Yes.
You know, 3-3, and then Joam Watting.
Was it Joam Watting or Hesel Dampton?
Oh, it was Hesel Dampton.
It was Hesel Dampton. I remember I was in the game. I watched it.
Yeah, it was Hesel Dampton.
Lante Bucci and those boys. I was in the stadium that day.
It was a cross somewhere. Yes.
Our goalkeeper then was Abeka.
Goalkeeper Abeka.
John Abeka. John Abeka. I said, John. Yeah.
So the boys want you to make a prediction of the Kotoko Hearts game.
It will be very difficult for me. Plead with them for me on my behalf. Because I've been so busy with my campaign
that you don't even paid attention.
I don't know who is in fact, when I missed the 1-0 defeat, I'd never asked for the second leg. Then he told me that we lost 5. I said, what? Kotoko losing 5?
Yes. Yes.
Because we do well away.
Yes.
Kotoko always, even with Engelbert and El Hali.
That time has passed. Now the modern ones are collecting 5.
No. But Hasselhoff, I think, will beat them.
You beat Hearts?
I won't hazard a guess, but I think we should be able to beat Hasselhoff. In Accra is normally good for us. And I'm appealing to everybody to go and fill the stadium with their red shirts. You know, so they'll see a sea of red.
In Accra?
In Accra, yes. I'll try and go and watch this game.
Would you one of these days, you know, out of your busy schedule, like to run commentary?
I don't know whether I still have the voice. I mean, at the end
you
of
still
the
do.
Day, when it's a commentary needs, it's like a musician. You know, you have to get used to it. The speed of it.
You have so much experience, Kwabena.
I doubt I can do it. I doubt I can do a good job. I won't try. I love it. I listen to international, local, but there are some good young ones in Ghana. that I've listened to their commentary, GTV and other.
Graham, Kevin Osu and Sam.
They are very good.
And Adakwa. There are a couple of them who
I haven't met them.
Sicho,
they're very good.
They're quite there. But who's your famous commentator globally?
There was Alan Fountain.
Alan Fountain, that's for Germany.
Yes. Guinness football.
Yes. Football made in Germany.
Yes. There was Alan Fountain who I was excited about. But I think John Motson at BBC.
Okay.
So I went to visit him with Papa Peso.
Okay.
When we went for the under 16 tournament in Scotland. I don't know where that picture is, but we took a picture.
Okay.
With John Watson. He died recently.
Okay.
Yes. But my favorite, and a friend of mine referred to me as the Jim Rosenthal of Ghana. Jimmy Rosenthal. I loved him. He was also good with athletics and boxing. Yes.
Jim Rosenthal. Yeah.
And I met him in Bahrain on our way back from the Seoul Olympics in 1988. Yeah.
Okay, with Kwabena Agyei Agyepong.
Yeah, that's right. Kwabena Agyei Agyepong,
Joe Agri. Those are great legends.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I loved to listen to Archie McPherson. Yes, John Ham. John Ham came to do some training with us as well.
Oh, fantastic.
A couple of years ago.
Oh, that's right.
My days at GPC.
Yeah, okay.
You know, John Ham came, Archie McPherson.
Archie McPherson had an interesting voice.
And see, for the Scots, they have some interesting terminologies.
That's right.
And he introduced the cultured left foot. It says Dejan Savicevic has a cultured left foot. So he introduced the cultured left foot. You know, Peter Drury.
Oh, he's
fantastic.
He's been, I mean, latter days, I think.
Yeah. Peter Drury, fantastic. And I think Martin Tyler tops it all.
Well, I still think that John Motson was the gold standard.
Was the gold standard.
Yes. Okay. John Motson, yes.
And in Ghana, who was your favorite radio commentator?
Joe Latte.
Okay. Over to you.
Kumasi, Asante, Kotoko. This is a go kick to Kumasi, Asante, Kotoko. When I was a kid, so he was one of the people who inspired me to
Nyanum Thompson?
I wasn't a fan of Nyanum Thompson.
Okay.
Neither was I a fan of Harry Thompson.
Harry Thompson, okay.
No. But I really felt for Joe Latte. I thought he was just incredible.
And for TV? TV, I take you as the best TV. On television commentary. And then
TV, I think there was Winston Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, he really inspired me a lot.
Okay.
You know, Winston Davis. For me, he was the one I was always listening to. You know, trying to model my life as a commentator
around him.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, for some of us, we'd like to thank you. You inspired us as well.
Thank you very much.
You inspired us. Very much. You did really inspire us. So 92, I remember 92, for example, when you were doing Senegal 92.
Oh,
yes. I was one of the production people at GBC at the time.
Yeah.
And then later on in 96, when you went to Atlanta, you know there was a bombing in Atlanta in 96.
Yes.
That early morning, you broke that story.
Yeah. The Olympic Village.
Yes. Okay.
I still have pictures with Kora.
Yeah.
Emmanuel
Tufo.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I have a nice, I used to take a lot of pictures. My good friends, I haven't seen him for a while. Kwabena Agyei Agyepong, one of the best sports photographers.
Oh, yes. Capital Sports.
I have to call him.
Capital Sports.
Yes, Capital Sports.
Yes. Kwabena Agyei
Yeah,
Agyepong.
we used to travel everywhere.
Yes, Kwabena Agyei Agyepong.
It was very interesting.
Yes,
those days you take sometimes road travel to Lagos just to watch Black Stars and Green Eagles. 1991, that famous match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go to Benin when Bukar Caesar went and swam and broke his arm. You know, it's I mean, sports is something that really fills you. I mean, and I enjoy it.
Before
I have so many
memories.
Yeah, and then I love sports because I love F1, I love NBA.
Okay.
The only one
all around sports, but
the only one that I really don't enjoy is baseball. I don't really enjoy.
What's your take on this? Let me take take a piece of you on this before you go. You know this conversation about people who didn't play in the qualifiers of the World Cup should not be invited to the national team. What's your take?
Sporty FM.
It's a pretty controversial thing. Is it that they were not invited? Or they were invited and they turned it down?
Some turned it down, and some did not. Okay, some didn't get invited anyway. Those are different conversations. But those who were invited and thought they could have a better chance with the other countries that they were applying their trade in, and eventually realized that they were not going to get those opportunities there, and now wants to play for the Black Stars.
Sometimes I don't want to second guess people, because in life you may attribute something to someone that is not really the case. So I think the FA has to do a good job and find out exactly what happened. And in any case, if you want to bring in somebody, the person must be so much better or extra. If they are all the same level, then I don't see the point. You know, I don't see the point. I mean, if the younger Williams had opted for Ghana, then I would say I want him on, because he's young, he's still very fiery, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can score. I've seen the talk about Nketiah. But I think Nketiah was given an opportunity. Did he come?
No, he didn't come. He was looking forward to playing for England.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, that's what he thought. He was looking forward to playing for England.
Is that what he said? Or you are
no.
just... You know, it's conjecture.
Well, he said he's been there all his life. You know, he's gone through the phases in England, and his ultimate target is to play for the Three Lions.
Oh, okay. So that one settles it. I think then that one settles it.
Now that the Lions are not calling him and the Tigers are calling him, he wants to play for the Tigers.
Because there's a big opportunity to go and be on the world stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know. It's a very dicey. But in any case, I don't think he's that much better than a lot of the guys that we have. I mean, if he was extraordinary, then I will consider breaking the rule, you know, because to give us a better chance of victory.
If you had a Messi who had refused earlier.
You know. Yeah, I mean, but as it stands now, so who are our main strikers going?
Currently, Inaki Williams, and he's also playing Jordan.
Jordan,
yes. These are the two major players, strikers. And then he's playing Semenyo. And then Kudus will play on the right. That's basically the team.
I don't know. I would have wished that Kudus would play the way he used to play at Ajax, right in the middle, and release the ball a bit earlier.
Do you miss Asamoah Gyan?
I think, you see, he was a striker, you know, and these days, what do they call it? When the strikers attack defenders, they have a term for it, I've forgotten. Pressing or whatever they call it.
High press.
High press, that's what I was trying to pick up. You know, he was good at that. And he had speed, he could shoot. He's a more direct, I would say, old-fashioned type of striker. And so even when you are under pressure defensively, you know there's an outlet. You can just hide around the center circle, and if a defender just kicks a route one ball, he would go, and he could hold the ball and wait for support. You know, you want that kind of striker. You know, I don't see that now.
Yeah.
The rest, they lose the balls too early. You know, and the striker, the thing that you have to do is just keep possession. Even if you are not making progress, don't lose the ball and bring pressure back on your defense. You know, and Asamoah was good at that. Was good at that. So that part of his game I miss. Because I see too many outline balls that should stick. It doesn't stick. And then the attack is back on us. Puts too much pressure on the team. The defenders get tired. So, and today's defenders are not. I like the one on the left side. Is it Gideon Mensah?
Gideon Mensah.
But sometimes he gets beaten.
Yeah.
Because I am a Hesse or Damerton fan. I don't like to see defenders get beaten. But he's good on the ball. So he should work a lot more on his tackling and his positioning. Because a lot of it is positioning.
Yeah.
Reading the ball in the air, making the right moves. Because otherwise you'll be on the wrong side of the player and he's on goal.
Hesse and Kwesi Appiah on the left. Who's your favorite?
Kwesi was, I think eventually, Kwesi, if you look at his body of work, was a greater player. But Hesse, that 1979 year, went through the Africa Cup. I watched all the games till he met Union Douala at the Accra Sports Stadium. I hadn't seen anybody go past Hesse Odampton, and I will never forget that. There was this guy, Union Douala, right? He was called Bep, and he was the one who went around Hesse. I said, "Wow."
Somebody
with Antoine Bell in goal. Union Douala.
Yeah. Antoine Bell.
Yes,
they produced some great goalkeepers.
Oh yeah.
Nkono,
Antoine Bell.
They produced some great goalkeepers.
And it was great. And because I happen to live close to the stadium, so I'm always at the stadium.
Did you see Robert Mensah?
Yes, I saw Robert Mensah, but I was young. But I saw Robert. I saw Robert before he passed.
2nd November was 51 years of his passing.
Oh,
yeah.
We've all forgotten.
Yeah, 51.
It was a very, very sad.
51.
Because I was a young boy, we all saw Kumasi, everybody was.
It's one of the deaths that shook the nation at the time. Yes. 51 years that,
Hey, Robert Mensah, how he ended up in that bar when he was supposed to be in Kumasi.
Nobody knows. But I didn't see Baba Nyara.
No, I didn't see Baba Nyara. I didn't see Baba Nyara. But there was one player who too didn't last long. Great player, had an injury, and that was it. Albert Isuman. It's called Baby Pele.
Yeah, I think I heard about him.
Yeah, Baby Pele. Great guy. And the likes of Ibrahim Sande, they lasted long. Malik lasted right up to the mid-70s. Bukari only recently, I think, passed away.
Yeah, good Amafefe.
Good Bukari.
We've seen some great players in this country.
Oh yeah. It's even in recent times. If you come to the era of Joe Debra, Shamukwe, Michael Osei, Isaac Kwachi.
Amazingly, they're also just passing.
I'm surprised. I heard Michael died.
Yeah.
He's a young man.
Joe gone, Shamolo gone long ago. Michael Osei gone. Robert Tishen. No, not Robert Tishen. What's Papa Akon gone. So
the difficulty with that's another angle, the social angle of celebrity life, that is also difficult because I'm friends with a lot of them. Not long ago, Danousu came to me with Ose Kofi when Johnny Shun died. So they came to visit me, And you see, from the high of being a top player, and the fame and the money and the affection that people show you, to the low of when your career goes away. We have the FA has to find a way of, some support, psychological support, counseling. I think it's very tough because I've seen some of the footballers, and then they just disappear. One, they are not able to manage themselves well. They are not able to manage their finances well. And, maybe there's no alternative employment or business for them to do. And so from being a star, then to become a nobody, sometimes it's very tough.
That realization.
It's very tough for them. It's very tough for them. I saw one at a function, Polo's function, about 2 years ago. Douglas Tego, he's a chief now.
Hey, Joe Doggy.
He's a chief. So I went to sit by him. We had a chat.
Yeah. Joe Doggy.
Yeah. So I meet a lot of them. Sometimes in fact, was it in Ketia Yosin? I met him in 2nd D.
Okay.
Yeah, some time ago. You know, so when you are there, somebody will call you and say, even, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I met one player in Kumasi. You used to call him Agyei Agyei. He was not a regular, but he was a tough, Kotoko. So I met him at the airport.
Right.
I said, hey, you know, the Kumasi people know him as Agyei Agyei. I've forgotten his actual name, but that was his nickname.
There have been so many talents that didn't even get to the top at the time. Yeah, they didn't even get to the
Especially
top.
with Coast football.
Yeah.
I mean, the best Coast player I saw was Kofi Lefty.
Okay.
Kofinti, and he never became. Papa was then even a goalkeeper. You know, he started from in goal, and you know, so there are a lot of them. There are Jingo. I mean, there are people I remember when I was a kid going to watch Coles. They were brutal.
I'll go and watch Argentina one of these days.
I'll have me myself. I haven't been to see them.
I'll go see them.
They send me pictures.
I'll go see them one of these days. I'll go see them one of these days.
Talk to Coach name Christopher.
Kamara, thank you so much, Engineer Kwabena Agyepong. Thank you so much. I mean, going back, capturing the things of the past, you know, bringing all those great memories, you know, and it's just been fantastic. And I wish you well.
Thank you.
Very, very well in your aspirations as well. You know, I wish you well. The MOBA spirit
is always
there. You know,
this is a MOBA thing.
You know,
so you're going to give me your moral support.
You know,
your prayers.
We wish you the very, 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 very best of it all.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and especially as I get to interface with they call them what? Gen Z?
Gen Z.
What's the meaning of that?
Oh, generation. I mean, like
Generation Z.
Yes, the new generation.
So what are we?
Probably you are old school. Old school.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's
so we wish you well.
Very, very grateful
and
for the opportunity.
Thank you for all the things you've done for some of us. You know, being there to mentor us as well. You know, in the field of sports, it was not easy at the time to get into GBC. It wasn't easy to get people like you to say, "Look, you can do it." You know, it wasn't easy to get it done. You yourself, Kwabena Agyepong, Papa Painter, Carl Tufo,
the
writer. All of you guys have played a role in making us, you know, because we came after your generation. You know, so I mean, it's been fantastic having this with you.
It's a pleasure,
and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I just want to play something for you, and I'm sure it will bring you some memories.
Watching side and side, Tunjele is there, collect the ball, send the ball to organic block on the ball, long one to Alataya, number 7 man, dangerous man, beat one man, beat another man, steal the ball. Dante is there, collect the ball, send the ball to Ofedodu chest the ball, long one to Aqua blocking the ball, beat one man, Ghana take over, long one to Yala, would touch the oh no. Side throw. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, the match between Ghana Black Star and the Nigeria Green Eagles, about 4 minutes for the first half, Ghana netting, Nigeria also netting. Tunjele trade about how an organic block in the ball Santelia, send the ball to Otaba to Wabi blocking the ball, send the ball to Tunjele. Tunjele blocking the ball, beat one man, beat another man, send the ball to Alataya, dangerous man, number 7 man, long one to Tafa chased the ball, beat one man, it's a chance for Nigeria, Tafa, what can you do? Oh no! Goalkeeper, go to Ankara, jump like a cat, and grab the ball very nicely. 17 minutes for the first half, Ghana netting, Nigeria also netting. Dodianka kicked the ball high, one from blocking the ball, Santelia, beat one man, steal the ball, send the ball to Aqua blocking the ball, long one to Griffin chased the ball, beat one man, beat another man, beat 3 men at a time, Bill for Agri, around the center circle, inside the center circle, out of the center circle, inside the 18, Kofi Pari is there, long one to Ofedodu chased the ball, moving the ball with Mlikamle, send the ball to Aqua blocking the ball, send the ball to Kofi Pari blocking the ball, it's a chance for Ghana, Kofi Pari the ball in the Chanua Park, there, already on Kupangoli, now we are this goal.